Thank you. Good evening. Welcome. It's a wonderful day. It's a very celebratory day, I guess I should say, if I could say it right. But it's a great day to honor two young men, one young lady that have done outstanding things for our community, for our school, and have been incredible role models as they have gone through our school system and performed on the athletic field, and much more importantly, in the classroom. So, as superintendent, this is an honor and a privilege to be here tonight as Uvalde School Superintendent to recognize and celebrate these young student athletes in signing to go and take their talents, both academic and athletic, to their respective universities. Today is National Signing Day, a day when student athletes around the state and nation who have verbal offers from colleges will make their athletic scholarships official by signing their national letter of intent. And it's marked by celebrations, championing their choices and revealing their universities, surrounded by their gear, and most importantly, their families. Arisa, Zach, and Jordan all started in school in Dalton Elementary Pre-K in 2007 here in Uvalde. Zach and Jordan will be in the inaugural early college high school graduating class, both with associates. Congratulations to you two young men. Arisa will be graduating in the top quarter of her class with a 92 plus GPA, and I think that'll be covered in a little bit in a few minutes. So first and foremost, congratulations to these two young men, one young lady. They've earned it, they deserve it, they deserve our appreciation, and they will be great individuals to move forward and represent Uvalde in their respective universities. We will begin with this celebratory event with Zach Lambert, who is surrounded by many individuals who love and support him. Zachary will be signing his letter of intent with McMurray University, evolving into a war hawk. Allow me to introduce the first individual who helped pave the path for Zach while molding and preparing him into the athlete he has become. His youth and flag football coach, Joe Tom Havey.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to do this, and I'm just glad I'm going before Ashley, because Ashley will give a Vince Lombardi-style speech here that'll have all of us wanting to run through a wall or tackle somebody. And first of all, I want Zach and his family to know what an honor it is to be chosen to speak here today. And second, I want you to know that I'm going to do everything I can to keep it short and not get all choked up. You see a big man cry up here in front of everybody. But Zach holds a very special place in my heart. I met Zach many years ago when he came to play for me on our flag football team. We were this newly formed team, really a hodgepodge of a group of kids that all got thrown together. It was the kind of team that people would go down their schedule and they'd go ahead and mark a win, next to their name. We were a sight to see. From day one, I told him and the other boys, guys, we may not look like much, but nobody's going to outwork us. And I'm sure Zach remembers that we ran our plays, thanks to Ashley, we ran our plays over and over and over. Repetition, 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 until we were perfect. Nobody gave us a chance that first year, but that quickly changed. And I want you to know that a lot of it had to do with Zach. His work ethic and his drive to win are amazing. He played both ways, dominated on both sides of the ball. And when this young man got the ball in his hands, great things could happen. And it turned out that these 5 or 6 seasons that we were together, I had a hard time remembering them all. We played in the championship all but one season. And Zach was a big part of that success. When Zach went on to play at middle school and in high school, I kept in constant contact with Master Chief after each game. And I went to as many as I could. But importantly, anytime I would see Zach out and about, I would be met with a firm handshake and a positive attitude. He's just that kind of person. He's hardworking, he's honest, and he's well behaved. Exactly what you want to see in our youth today. I'm so very proud of him and so excited to see what he's going to do at McMurray and on after that. I want to tell you a real quick story real quick before I sit down. I'm going to keep it short. Earlier this year during football season, the parents would feed the kids on Thursday, and I was feeding the kids that one day, and I intentionally stayed behind so I could run into Zach. Zach had a nagging injury and was not where he wanted to be on the death chart. I'd spoken to Master Chief earlier that day, told Jennifer to don't wait on me, I'm going to stay behind and wait on Zach. I pulled him over to the side and tried to give him my little pep talk. I told him, hey, it's just a speed bump in the grand scheme of things, and that he always found a way to get on the field. I told him that, hey, bud, the cream always rises to the top. Be patient. But the cool thing is, Zach never uttered a negative word. He didn't blame anyone. He didn't speak ill of anyone. Didn't blame any of the coaches. He just told me, thank you, Coach. Got to tell you, I love that he still calls me Coach. I'm not giving up, and I'll be back out there soon. This is the kind of man that Zach is. Zach, I wish you well, and I want to thank you for all the great memories we made together. Good luck at McMurray, and we love you.
Joe Tom, thank you. Thank you very much, and thank you for what you've done for Zach. We've got another individual here this evening to speak on Zach's behalf, Ashley Taylor. Ashley, if you would, please come on up.
Joe Tom, I didn't realize I was going to have to follow that, but I'm going to do my best. Well, good evening, Zach. Thank you for inviting me to be with you here this evening, to be a part of this very important, wonderful occasion. It's truly an honor. I've had the privilege of knowing you and your family for almost 9 years, I think. And just a little history, and I think Joe Tom covered most of it. We were Zach's flag football coaches a few years ago. And I remember my first meeting with you, and it always made an impression on me. I remember you telling Joe Tom and I, it might not have been the first day, but somewhere around there, that you would be playing college football one day. And believe me, from the very first moment I saw you touch a football, I knew you were a special talent. But the confidence you had with making that statement led me to believe that we were dealing with a fairly confident kid here. You didn't talk much to us at first, but when you did, you had a lot of purpose in what you were saying. Because I have to mention that I think I almost got off on the wrong track with you one day. And I remember we were out there near First State Bank where we used to practice. You remember those fields? And I think we were having some discussions with you about how a play should be run and how, we had some kind of disagreement of what was going on. It wasn't disrespectful at all. It's just we weren't seeing eye to eye on something, as far as I remember. But no sooner could you get a word out in return to me than I see your mom, Wendy, jump out of her truck, grab you by the back of your shirt, and proceed to read you the riot act in front of all of us. And from that point on, I knew I had a special player. So, and there were several occasions I thought your mom was going to come out in the field and grab me by the back of the shirt. Because I had a tendency to run you almost every single play. And it's not because you couldn't do it. You could do it. Maybe you got a little bit tired. But I think sometimes it was a little more than your mom could bear. But you never once showed it that you're tired. You never complained. Only happy to be carrying the football. And well, just to touch on some of the success we had, Joe Tom, that year I was with you guys, I think the first year I was with you, we won a championship that spring. And later that fall, we barely missed the championship by just a few points. But after that, I continued to follow you along in high school, junior high, and the success continued. They say a judge of true character is how a person handles adversity and disappointment. And I want to touch on what has made the biggest impression on me about you, Zach. For all the success that you have had, there's also been some disappointments and setbacks. The prime example I can give was a night in San Antonio. I think Master Chief probably remembers this too. I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. You broke your wrist late in a football game. I knew something was wrong with you immediately. And by the way, you were holding your wrist, and I looked over to Master Chief, and he was equally concerned. But you were barely grimacing, no tears, just seemed puzzled why your hand wasn't working anymore. That's the only emotion we got out of you. But you took it in stride, and you hit the hard road to recovery from an injury like that, only to come back better and stronger than ever. And I wish I could tell you that life gets easier, that you aren't going to suffer any more setbacks. And I know you understand this isn't going to be true. There's going to be those challenges in life. There are going to be people who disappoint you. There's going to be people you trust. Coaches, teachers, friends, not just in football, but in life. But from what I have seen in you, Zach, you have the tools and the attitude to handle anything that comes your way. This is a result of your upbringing, from your family, who not only guided you and lifted you up along the way, but took the initiative to play an active and engaged role in your life. And what excellent mentors you have. Thank you, Mom and Dad, and thank you, Grandpa. You might not have all the answers yet, Zach. I know I didn't have the confidence you had when I was your age. But trust in God. He has a grand design, a grand plan for you. And again, I can tell you firsthand, you have an army, I should say navy, of support from your family. And you are truly blessed. I hope you know that. You are. Again, Zach, thank you for inviting me to speak at your signing ceremony with the great McMurray University Warhawks, alma mater of legendary Baylor head coach Grant Taft. My son's namesake, by the way. So he didn't know that. Zach, Arisa, Jordan, you are entering very select territory with your collegiate athletic careers. Less than 8% of high school athletes will move on to the next level. You're there. And I've witnessed firsthand the dedication and devotion that both you and Jordan have to your craft, the hours of practice, the academic excellence, very important, probably the most important thing. You have risen to the challenges. You have faced adversity and persevered. And you have really only just begun. That's the great thing, Zach. It's all just starting for you. But most importantly, thank you for letting me be a part of your life. I'm thankful for my friendship with your grandpa, Master Chief. And what a wealth of knowledge right at your fingertips, Zach. Tap into that. It's going to be valuable. And above all, no matter what else, remember this. You have a family and friends that love you beyond measure. And in the end, that's all that really matters. And best of luck to you, Zach. You are a remarkable young man, and the sky is the limit for you. I can't wait to see you on the field in years to come. Be sure to set a ticket aside for your old coach. Thank you.
Ashley, thank you very much. Zach, I've received the following highlights from Coach Frank Gonzalez. He states Zach Lambert has been a 3-year letterman in both football and powerlifting. In 2020, Zach received second team all-district honors in football and a regional qualifier in powerlifting. In 2019, Zach was chosen as the Athlete of the Month by Sports International. He currently holds a 3.4 GPA. He will live his dream of playing college football and pursuing a degree in wildlife management. So at this point, help me welcome Zach Lambert to the microphone.
Before we get started, I'm not very good at speeches, so don't laugh. I just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. It's been a long journey to get to this moment in my life. This wouldn't have been possible without all my coaches, past and present. I want to give a huge shout out to my mom and papa. For always believing in me and telling me to chase my dreams. Thank you to Coach Neal for giving me the opportunity to play ball at the next level. It's a real blessing to be signing with one of my best friends. We've dreamed about this day for so long, and now that it's here, it doesn't seem real. Thank you.
Zach, thank you for sharing your thoughts. It is now time for us to witness a grand moment as Zach signs the NCAA National Letter of Intent to participate in the football program at McMurray University. Zach? Welcome back. We will continue this celebratory event with Jordan Curtis, who is surrounded by many individuals who love and support him. Jordan Curtis will be signing his NCAA Division III Student Athlete Letter of Intent with Sul Ross State University, evolving into a Lobo. Allow me to introduce a key individual who has mentored and encouraged Jordan to dig deep within himself to be the best football player he could be and show everyone just what he had within himself as a football player. Coach Oschlager.
I had written somewhat of a speech, and then I decided to lose it, so I apologize for that. First of all, I want to thank Jordan and his parents for allowing me to speak on his behalf today. Couple things about Jordan. I've coached Jordan since his freshman year in baseball. Actually, I didn't coach him freshman football. I coached him in baseball freshman year. If you know Jordan, you got to know that he's what he'd call himself a late bloomer. Freshman year, I remember walking in the weight room, watching him get on the bench, and let's just say he wasn't lifting a whole heck of a lot, if you understand what I'm saying. But one thing I'll say about Jordan at all times, he's always been a hard worker. Always been a hard worker. Never one to really let anyone really get him down, and he continues to just keep working and working. So freshman year, I had him in baseball. I was lucky. He was pretty darn, actually not that bad of a baseball player, believe it or not. Can hit the ball pretty good. He played sophomore year as well. And then he decided after sophomore year, he said, I want to focus on football. I need to focus on football. And being a third baseman, his arm motion, throwing from third base to first base, and his arm motion trying to be a quarterback, he felt like he was going to mess himself up. And the thing about it is, him coming to me and telling me, Coach, I'm not going to play. I'm not going to be able to play this year. That meant a lot to me as a coach, seeing that he felt enough to tell me, hey, I'm going to focus on football. And that's what he did. One thing I'll say, too, is we missed having him playing baseball because his mom was always there taking care of business. She had that thing squared away. I talk about hard worker. Jordan has always been following. When I talk about following, I'm saying he never had the chance to start. All right, he had a pretty good quarterback leading his class, and he never really had that opportunity. One thing Jordan could have always done is just said, heck with it, and went on and said, maybe I'll be a tight end, or maybe I'll do something else. Jordan didn't do that. He kept with it, stayed with it. We always had conversations. You know, I could tell there's times he'd be frustrated. And I'd talk to him and I'd say, hey, man, you know, I know this isn't what you want right now, but keep your eye on that end prize. You keep working. Eventually, you know what you'll be able to do? You'll be able to show the haters, if there are any out there, that they were wrong about you. All right? Those that doubted you, you'll be able to show them they're wrong about you. And, well, him signing a letter of intent tonight is taking that step to keep proving them wrong. Jordan, this last year, you know, I had some things going on. My wife was real ill, and one of the first people to reach out to me after when she was ill was this young man, praying for my family, and him and that and learn and some things. You know, you see these things and you see the way, you know, we have that human component to us as coaches because things do happen. We have a life. And to see a kid step up like that and say, hey, Coach, you know, I'm praying for you, it's a big deal. We as coaches, and I see there's a lot of coaches here, we, in life, you know, we teach the kids a lot. We give them a lot of tools to take with them. But believe it or not, they teach us more than anything else. They teach us a whole lot more than we can teach them. And one thing I'll tell you Jordan taught me was how to persevere. All right? Senior year, varsity football, first year, Class 4A, we were supposed to do big things. He didn't really get that opportunity. And, you know, he did not, yeah, he'd get frustrated, which we all would, but he stuck with it, stayed with it. And when he did get his opportunity, even though it was here and there, what did we do? 2 touchdowns in a little under a half a play in Lavernia. All right? The kid, if he would have had his opportunity the way he should have had his opportunity, would have led us to some great things. But I tell you, when I say persevere, because Jordan stayed with it. He worked. He worked with his quarterback coach. He worked with the coaches. He worked with all of us. He never showed any kind of angst. He never gave up. He never said, you know what, I'm not going to play, so why am I even, you know. He did what he had to do. Even if it was stand on the sideline with me while I'm writing down plays. All right? Jordan kept doing it. And when I say he taught me how to persevere, because, man, I'll tell you, when I don't have my wife at home and she's in the hospital for a month and I can't see her and I got 3 kids at the house, there was a time there that you know, there's times you want to just say, oh, man, this is too much for me. I can't take it. I can't do it. But then you look at these young kids, you look at these guys, you look at these kids like Jordan and see how they just keep rolling and keep rolling with the punches and keep moving forward. And it makes you look and say, you know what? You're 38 years old. Grow up. You know, do what you have to do. And that's just, you know, that's a part of being a coach and learning. That's, you know, learning from our kids. That's a big thing. All right, that's a big thing because you know, we're supposed to teach them. We're supposed to do all this, but there's no greater feeling than actually getting that lesson learned from them. And Jordan, I want to congratulate you and wish you good luck. And you know, hopefully get over there and see you play some games. Thank you all again, and go get them. Oh, one thing, Arisa and Zach, congrats as well. Thank y'all.
Coach Osslager, thank you very much. Another key individual in Jordan's life who has helped refine his foundation and fundamental skills over the years is his quarterback coach, Yale Van Noy. Coach.
Thank you so much. My name is Yale Van Noy. I own YVQB in San Antonio, Texas, and this is awesome. This is my 4th one that I've been to today. They never get old. You guys have done a really fine job of putting this on, and if you've never been through it, I can't tell you what a special experience it is, not only for the athlete, but for their parents and for their coaches and for their loved ones. You really feel like it takes a village, really, to raise a kid, and there's just so many people that I know Jordan's thankful for, but such a special time. So Jordan, just real quick, I challenge you to look around this room and, you know, look at your parents and your coaches and really soak this up. It's something you'll remember for the rest of your life, I promise you that. You know, I got a phone call from Jeff, I guess a little over a year ago, and he kind of went through Jordan's story with me. And you know, normally I don't bring on kids. They're too old. You know, going in their senior year, I start them off a little younger than that. But you know, Jeff, you know, went over Jordan's story for me, and the one thing that he kept saying is, "You won't regret it." You know, he's going to give you everything he got. So, you know, Jordan comes out, and my first impression of him is, it's quiet, kind of a quiet guy, a little bit more reserved, and he came out in high-top cleats. And if you know anything about football players, skill players don't wear high-top cleats. They wear low-cut cleats. The hogs, the big guys, wear high tops. So that was one of the first things we needed to adjust on him. And he moved a little slower than I would like. That's why I gave him the nickname Eli. Eli Manning was one of the best quarterbacks to ever play. Moved a little slow. So that's something that we needed to address immediately. The thing that just on the drive up here from San Antonio, you realize, one word comes to mind. It's commitment that I get from Jordan, because it's a trek to get here. It really is. It's no easy task, and why most high school students are more interested in hanging out on the weekends and going hunting, fishing. I know he does that, but it takes a lot to commit and to sacrifice. Really is a sacrifice. You're saying no to friends and family and hanging out, and you're going hour and a half away to training, hour and a half back. He's committing half of a day to come out, and the commitment was, I saw him weekly. If I didn't see him weekly, I'd see him bi-weekly, and it was pretty special. I think what he found out is early on, he got to work out with guys like Lucas Coley and Ty Reisner and Cannon Williams, who are all Division I quarterbacks who are in his class right now. And I think what he realized is he wasn't too far behind, and I think that really motivated him. When I played college football, I was my best when the quarterback room was the strongest. So I really think being around top talent, he can either make or break somebody, and in Jordan's case, it really brought out the best of him. And the guy that I saw when he first came out to the guy he is now, it's just like a total transformation. Not just on the field, the confidence is amazing. He actually speaks in full sentences to me, which was a little tough at first. I always appreciate when he goes hunting, because I know he's going to bring me back some jerky, so I'm a big fan of that. Yeah, I'll let him miss some practice every once in a while for that. Jordan, like Coach was saying earlier, they don't just give these opportunities away. He said 8% of high school football players go on to play college football. Well, 2% of those are actually quarterbacks. In a class, they normally take 1 to 2. So this was earned, my friend. And it, once again, it is no easy task. And you had several different programs that wanted you not only to play football for them, but represent their university. That doesn't come with just athletics. That's because of the person you are. And the last thing I'll say is, your first semester of college, playing college football, will be one of the most difficult semesters you'll ever go through. What I mean by that is you're away from home, you're away from your friends, you're away from your family. If you got a girlfriend, you're away from your girlfriend. You go from being the big fish to the small fish. The way coaches treat you on your recruiting trip, it'll be quite differently when you arrive there. What I ask you to do is to keep your head down and remember why you're there. If you can get through that first semester, it's all downhill from there. I really promise you that. And I expect you to be there and to do really big things. So it's been an honor to be a part of your journey, even for this short period of time. And I plan on being it for the next 4 years as well, and going up there for a game. So once again, I appreciate you guys putting on this fine event. And I can't thank you enough for having me come out and speak today. Thank you. Go Lobos.
Thank you, Coach Manoy. I've received the following highlights from Coach Rivera. Jordan has been a 2-year varsity football letterman. Jordan was an honorable mention quarterback for the 2020 season. He has demonstrated dedication to his craft by always working hard on and off the field. Jordan showed great leadership skills and was a true team player. His dedication to be a great leader was also evident in the classroom, where he has a GPA of 3.5. His dedication and hard work made his dream come true of playing college football. Help me welcome to the mic, Jordan Curtis.
would like to thank you all for being here today. Thank you, Coach Oz and Coach Van Noy, for being here and the kind words. I would like to thank my family and friends for their support and God for giving me the talent to play this game. I want to thank all the coaches that have recruited me, and Coach Pierce and Coach Canty for giving me the opportunity to play for Sul Ross State University. For those of you that know me and my story, getting to this point has not been easy. It has been a lot of traveling to camps, workouts in San Antonio with Coach Van Noy and Coach Gutierrez, and a lot of hard work. Thank you, Coach Gutierrez and Coach Van Noy, for believing in me and giving me a chance, but most of all, changing my game so I was ready when my number was called. Coach Oz, thank you for being there for me and others and fighting for us. Thank you, Mom and Dad, and my sister Kayla, for your love and support. Most importantly, I want to thank my supporters and haters for motivating me to be great. I hope I have showed that it doesn't matter if you don't play, just work your butt off, and when you get the opportunity, make the most of it, and good things will come. I am very excited about playing in college. It's a dream come true. I have a gift from my two speakers, my first autographed picture. Thank you.
Jordan, thank you for sharing. It is now time for us to witness a grand moment in Jordan's life as he signs the NCAA Division III Student Athlete Letter of Intent to participate in the football program for Sul Ross State University. Jordan. Welcome back. We are transitioned to honor Arisa Perez. We will continue this celebration with Arisa Perez, who is surrounded by many individuals who love and support her. Arisa Perez will be signing her letter to play soccer with Texas A&M University in San Antonio, becoming a Jaguar. First, allow me to introduce a key individual who helped raise, support, and nurture Arisa while coaching and preparing her to develop into the athlete she has become. Her coach and her father, Jeff Perez.
Arisa, we are very proud of you. And when I first saw you dribble that ball, I knew you're going to be special. At a young age, scoring all those goals with power are amazing. I would like to thank all the coaches who helped you along the way to be the player that you are now. Among them are Coach Gomez, Coach Gonzalez, Coach Bobby Blount, George Solis, Gabe Mireles, Coach McElroy, and Coach Pendleton. And the players that mentor you, your big sister, Abby, and Maribel Solis, and all those trips twice a week for Dragons Soccer Club in San Antonio, and out-of-town soccer games, all the tournaments when you're playing select with the Tigers, high school soccer, and had paid off, and now you're going to play at a higher level. I wish you all the best. Stay humble. We are very proud of you and can't wait to start cheering. Go Jaguars. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Pettis. Another key individual in Arisa's life who has been her soccer coach for the last 2 years. I want to introduce him to the microphone, Coach Keith Pendleton.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I'll try to keep this brief. You know, when I was asked to speak here on Arisa's behalf, you know, super honored because, quite frankly, when I got her a couple years ago, she was already a polished, very, very good soccer player. So, you know, you can't ask for more than that as a coach in terms of what you want in a player on the field. First impressions of Arisa. It's actually a funny one, okay? So every year we play a boys varsity versus girls varsity soccer match to kick off our seasons for both of us. We call it the Holiday Cup because we play it around the holiday season. We generally charge a couple of canned food items per person to enter, and we donate that to a local food pantry. You know, it's just one of our ways that we can try to give back to our community a little bit. At the time, I was actually coaching the boys team here, and we went to play the girls. Arisa was a freshman. And one of my defenders, who was a junior that year, starting for us, had been a second-team all-district selection as a defender the year before, comes into the game, playing defense, and in short order, Arisa comes down, left side of the field, receives a pass, dribbles in towards the box, and this second-team all-district selection junior boy varsity soccer player is introduced very quickly to Arisa's skill set. And with a really good chop step, which is a quick cutback move in soccer that Arisa has almost perfected, placed this boy on his backside. And I can tell you now, to this day, if you ask any of those guys on that team, what do you remember about the Holiday Cup? Every one of them says, I remember Arisa putting Eric on his butt. Every one of them. And we never let him forget it. You know, you got put down by a freshman girl, which for the boys team, that's a put down, but after coaching these girls for the last few years, it ain't no put down. She puts a lot of people down. But, you know, I've been asked over the years, these last couple of years with the girls by coaches from other schools and a couple of local media members, what I do with these girls to prepare them, what kind of things do we do? And I give the same answer every time, which is, quite honestly, you know, a sock monkey puppet could coach these girls. They're just that good. They don't need a great coach. They're just that good. She's one of the ones that have made them just that good these last few years. My job is very, very easy in terms of coaching these girls. And like I said, coaching Arisa, it's so easy. And not just because she's a great soccer player, but because she's very receptive. If you offer her some criticism, some ways to improve her game, she takes it to heart and she improves that. You know, it's just what she does. You know, Texas A&M University San Antonio, you're getting a great soccer player, but you're also getting a great person. Okay? You know, I can't speak high enough about Arisa's character off the soccer field, away from the soccer field. Her academic success speaks for itself. The way that her teammates speak about her speaks for itself. She's not loud. She doesn't boast. She just goes about her business and plays. And she does it the right way. And it's been so much fun the last few years watching her play, watching her grow. And to see her get this opportunity to play at the next level, nobody deserves it more. Okay? She's not great at what she does because she woke up great. She's great at what she does because she works day in and day out at it. Okay? And as her father pointed out, many, many people along the way have helped her. And they've been able to help her because she was willing to accept what they were trying to teach her. And that's a trait that not a lot of people learn in life until they're a little bit older. And she got it early. It just shows her maturity, right? But, you know, it's been a delight. I mean, I can't say anything negative about the experience working with this team and working with Arisa. You know, if you've ever been to any of our games, you know that when the ball hits her foot, anybody that's familiar with this team, people get a little bit louder in the stands when the ball hits her foot. Okay, because everybody knows something could happen anytime. You know, it's been amazing, and much credit to the family unit for raising her the way that she's been raised, for turning her into the woman that she's becoming right before our very eyes. Okay, you know, like I said, I really can't say enough. Arisa, it's been so much fun. And we still got this season to go. We still got a season to play right now. And, you know, just some quick soccer stats for you people that are interested. 4-year starter from freshman year all the way up through senior. 4-year letterman, 4-year starter. Leading scorer on the team. As of today, we took a tally, and I believe 78 goals in your career so far. That's a lot, guys. Over 40 assists. First team all-district a couple times. I mean, guys, I go on and on all night about how great a player she is, how great an individual she is in every facet of her life. Yes? Thank you guys for allowing me the honor to stand here and speak. And like I said, it's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Thank you guys. And Arisa, good luck to you moving forward.
Thank you, Coach Pendleton. Thank you for sharing some of those highlights. I also received some highlights that you'd sent earlier. Arisa currently holds a 92.483 GPA. She's in the top 25% of her class. And within that GPA in her transcript, we'll have a public service health science endorsement. So congratulations, Arisa. She's a 4-year varsity letterman in soccer, starter all 4 years, a 3-year varsity captain chosen by her teammates and endorsed by her head coach. She's a 3-time academic all-district team member, a 2-time first-team all-district selection, a 3-time leading scorer with 78 career goals and over 40 career assists. Again, help me congratulate Arisa Perez on her accomplishments. Arisa, now it is time to sign your letter of intent to play soccer at Texas A&M University in San Antonio, a Jaguar.